Hi, I'm Becca Hite, a veterinarian at johnsonanimalclinic.com, and here to talk to you a little bit about parasite control.
All right. So, Dr. Hite, what are the treatments for dog parasites?
So the treatment is based on which type of parasite your dog has. There's different dewormers based on the type of parasite that exists, whether it's roundworms, hookworms, and whips. We're going to treat it a little different for Giardia. We're going to treat it differently versus dog versus cat as well.
Okay. And if one pet has parasites, do all pets in the home need to receive treatment?
In general, we're going to recommend most often that we treat everybody in the house. That'll vary. If there's tapeworms, those are not transmitted from pet to pet. It's from ingesting a flea or hunting and ingesting part of a rodent. So you're not necessarily going to need to deworm everybody for that. If an owner can afford it, then generally environmental cleanup and deworming all the pets in the house if the dog has been there a while is a good idea because it's in the soil.
Okay. And can I get parasites from my dog?
You rarely could. It is really unlikely in the United States. Hookworms and roundworms are what's called zoonotic, so it can be transmitted from animal to people. Very unlikely in the loads that we see, but in some third world countries, you will see that. That's why we're really careful also with Giardia if there is an immunosuppressed person or a young child in the house. And that's one of the reasons we want to prevent the parasite.
Okay. And is there prevention for dog parasites?
There is. So we recommend routine fecal checks every year, but it's important to keep your dog on a monthly dewormer with a heartworm medication in it. So your heartworm prevention always has some coverage of either rounds and hooks or rounds, hooks, whips, and tapes. So it's important that you're giving those every month to control the level of parasites they can get.
Okay. And are parasitic infections serious or they go away on their own?
There are some cases, especially as a puppy, that Giardia may pop up, but they are actually able to clear that after a treatment or two. They can clear it on their own. In general, they won't just go away. You're not going to see the parasite in the stool. You're only going to see that on a fecal, very likely, most of the cases. And so you don't know they're there. It's really important to deworm early before your pet has vomiting, diarrhea, excessive gas, and failure to thrive.
Okay. And can I use natural or over the counter treatments for my dog?
So we don't recommend those. There are definitely no natural dewormers that are going to be successful in eliminating the parasite, but some of the over-the-counter ones are safe if you talk to us and just double check. But some of the doses that they label in feeder supply, any of the food chains or online may not be the appropriate dosage for your pet.
And last question, what can I do at home to treat or prevent parasite infestations?
So especially because most of these are fecal oral route of transmission, keeping that stool cleaned up. Make sure you pick up your yard, wash your hands, especially if you have a new puppy. We want that to be clean so we don't have to worry about your other dogs getting infected. There are some that are harder to kill than others, which is again why we want not just environmental control, but regular heartworm prevention with deworming for the rounds and hooks and whips.
Okay. And then what should I do if I have more questions regarding the treatment for dog parasites?
Sure. So if you have any questions, you can reach us on johnsonanimalclinic.com or at our phone, which is 502-456-2870.